All right, got the Leo last quarter moon here and pulled some cards for it. We got the Tiger's Eye, Father of Cups, Mindfulness card, and Elephant. And I want to start with the Mindfulness card because I'm really feeling this one right now. Watermelon, mindfulness. Watermelon signifying these colors that are in it. But what I think about when I see these colors, kind of a magenta, green, and a red. So I'm feeling like this combination of the crown chakra, the heart chakra, and the root chakra, and what that calls to attention in our mindfulness of our bodies in our entirety, the spirit, the heart, the emotional realm, and the physically grounded realm within us. Like when I think of the chakra system, I'm thinking of it in terms of what actual part it's playing in my physical daily reality. To stop, because I know that it can be this thing that seems out of reach of the physical reality, like when we're talking about the chakra system, people are like, I don't know what that means or how that relates to my daily reality, so I have to keep doing whatever I have to keep doing. But to relate it to your reality is like, where is your mind at? Where is your heart at? And where is your root at all times? And if you check in with those things and you're aligning yourself with those things, it's easier to align the other aspects, the throat chakra, the solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra. But anyways, these three particularly hit for me very strongly right now, because as I was about to start making this video, I was stretching a little bit, like just trying to, because my lower back has been hurting really bad, and stretching, and whatever I did stretching made it worse. And so now I have an ice pack tied around my waist to try and calm my nerves down. But I was really trying to process, like, what is that? Like, the pain in my lower back, like now it's really hard to walk even. And to have mindfulness around that, and then this card come up, was really interesting for me. And the fact that this pain in your lower back is right around, and my hips also, it's all root chakra stuff. It's all about how you feel grounded in your reality, how you feel stabilized, how you feel cared for and protected and safe. And it's interesting to me because I consistently struggle with scarcity mindset and how that affects me and affects the moves that I'm able to make, or even my physical body, because I don't believe that this pain in my lower back happens in a vacuum. I don't believe that it's just something that comes out of absolutely nowhere. No, I think it's rooted in my emotions, and so this card is just speaking to, like, what is coming up for you right now, and how can you be more mindful of whatever it is, good, bad, hard, easy, whatever. Like, what's coming up for you? What is coming up for you in your emotions? What's coming up for you in your mind? What's coming up for you in your body? And what is that trying to tell you? Because there's a lot coming through our bodies that a lot of times we are not mindful about. So stay mindful. Next, I'll talk about the Father of Cups card. So this is a water element, your emotional realm, active masculine, ascended active masculine is what I like to call it, just to kind of get the vibe of this card. So in the emotional realm, the active masculine of the emotional realm is to understand how to direct your emotions appropriately in order to cultivate the life or the space or whatever that you want to see in your life. So the Father of Cups is asking you to be very intentional about where you're placing your emotional energy, what you're devoting your time and energy to. Is it constructive not only for yourself, but for the world around you, for the environment around you that you want to uplift? pay attention to your emotional realm, because you have the power to be the complete director of that energy. And utilize that wisely, because your emotional energy is really setting the tone for a lot of your reality. And that's further illustrated with this Tiger's Eye card. So what this card is about, or what this stone is about, from the research that I did on these stones, is a card about, or a stone about being vigilant, being very vigilant of your thoughts, your mind, and your body. So again, we're tying in all of this because it's a root chakra stone, but it's calling in your emotions and understanding how to logically process them in a way that is functional for you. And this is what I'm always talking about, like being aware of the tools in order to utilize them when you need them, because life is going to throw you curveballs all the time. That is part of being human right now. We are in this time period learning all these lessons, feeling all these things, and we have choices to make about where we're putting our energy and how we're utilizing our time and space and uplifting our environment. And we got to think to our immediate surroundings. How are we affecting that space? And so this card helps you bring in the different thoughts, bring in the different emotions, and synthesize them to find how you're going to get through all of this, how you're going to move yourself through whatever is coming up for you, and to know that in the future, you will always have these tools to continue to move yourself through whatever it is that you're going through at that time. You always have what you need, and it's just a matter of utilizing it. And I think about having Tiger's Eye with you. If you happen to come around some Tiger's Eye, like just simmer on this message of like keeping your eyes out for your wellness and your mindfulness, and how you can be more aware of whatever's happening in your life and however you're reacting to it, and being aware that you can change your reactions at any given time if you choose to be aware of what's happening inside of yourself and outside of yourself. And last is the Elephant card. I love the Elephant card. It's a fire element card and fitting for Leo Qtr Moon. And the elephant is this amazing communal, matriarchal, keystone creature. Because I did a lot of research on elephants and kind of like how they move through the world. And so it's interesting to me that their mythology around them a lot of times is tied to like carrying the whole world on their back, to being very family oriented, because they fulfill their responsibility to their family and they stand for their family till death. They're amazing, strong, beautiful creatures that create pathways that enable life to exist in their ecosystems. They're extremely like powerful. They give off this royalty vibe. They give off this vibe of true love and empathy and care for their herd. And they're really about movement forward and getting, if you think about them carving their way through their ecosystem, and none of this is easy. It's not like they have machetes that they're taking everything down. They're creating the path themselves by slowly and methodically placing their large feet. Or hooves, or whatever I'm not sure what an elephant foot is called. Anyways, so keeping that fire within us, and I like her symbolism with this bindi on its third eye to remind us to really check in with what synchronicities are coming up for us, what we are being told through the symbolism that we are being made aware of at any given moment, and to remember our own power in order to change the environment that we're in. We really do make choices every single day that affect our environment, which affects environments, so on and so forth. And there's all these reverberations happening. And if we could course correct ourselves to affect our environment in a more positive way, I believe personally that this is how we are going to make larger changes. So with all of these, I will just say, stay mindful, stay accountable to your emotions, take this time and space that you need in order to move through them in more effective ways. Utilize the tools that you know you already have. If you need more, there's so many. There's so many tools. And you can do tools that are expensive, or you could do completely free tools, you know? Like sometimes just writing things down can really help. Create rituals for yourself. Connect and talk to your ancestors and your spirit guides. Like all of these things can be really helpful for you. Meditate, breathing, anything. Just take care of yourselves. And looking forward to Sagittarius season, I'll tell you what. All right, I'll see you in the Sagittarius new moon.